Well, I'm not surprised by that at all, Jeff, because he's not going to go back to WWE.
There was bro. Eric should either be like the guy that's in charge, or not like in charge of creative. That's not like his forte. It's not his thing. You know, he's the big picture.
He is. I agree with you. But
right. He's more the guy who should be talking to the USA people and stuff and everything. Not the creative head.
In his mind, he thinks he's this creative genius. That was always the.
I don't think he even thinks so. I just think he thinks the
Glenn, I was sitting in with him at freaking TNA.
Yeah.
That was always the clash. I was the one that said Eric should be the Spike wanted an executive producer. I said Eric should be the executive producer of this show.
So who was the executive producer?
Nobody at that time. Nobody. We didn't have one.
Right.
So I said Eric should be. I said Eric should be the executive, but he thinks he's this creative guru. He's not. Just like I couldn't be an executive director. I don't want to deal with freaking networks and all that bullshit. I couldn't do that. I can write a show. I don't want to be an executive producer, but that was a thing, man. He thought he was like the jack of all trades. He's just not a creative guy. Whatever stories he came up with were very, very basic. And he always...
Well, he came up with the big... You know what he did? It's just like he came up with the
NWO.
He's a concept guy.
Right.
He's a concept guy.
He always
come up with a good concept here. The NWO...
He always would rip me because, Glenn, you'll appreciate this. Eric's big thing was... We got to have storyboards. We got to have a Bible. We've got to know where every character's going over the next 6 months. And that was Eric's whole thing, bro. We got to plan out. We got to have a Bible. We got to have a 3-month arc and a 6-month arc and a 9-month arc. And he always used to accuse me of, oh, Vince would have an idea, and then when I asked Vince where he was going with the idea, he had the deer in the headlights look. Yeah, Eric, because I let the television organically write itself. It writes itself, bro. You go with the flow. You go with the popularity of the story. You go with the ratings. Is this getting over or not? You've got to look at it week to week. Glenn, how ridiculous. We're going to plan 6 months out with guys getting hurt every week, contracts being it's ridiculous.
Well, you're right. Yeah, that's the whole thing about long-term storytelling. People don't realize it. You know what it's like? It's like if they put the odds out for the Daytona 500, right? And you got all the odds, and you're assuming you look at the odds. Okay, like this should be the order of finish. You know, like this guy's like this should. But then all of a sudden you go start the race, and all of a sudden there's a wreck in the 8th lap. You know, it's like so now things change. You know, so that's the whole thing of like long-term storytelling.
Oh, God.
That was. Let me tell you something. That worked back in the day when wrestlers weren't submitting themselves to so much physical risk out there. You know, when the work was more simple and stuff and everything, more safe and stuff. You know, but now these days, you don't know who's going to get hurt. I'm predicting this. This is funny. They got that big 21-man battle royal at All Out, right?
Yeah.
And like Darby Allin's coming back, and it's bro. The last match Darby Allin was in that he got hurt was a ladder match with all this shit and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, well, wouldn't you like put the guy? Like I don't know.
God, that was.
Well, that wasn't his first match back. He already wrestled Moxley, right? Yeah, what has he done? He just wrestled Moxley one time.
He jumped off. He jumped off a bridge.
And he jumped off a bridge, right?
That was the thing, bro. Eric, I swear to God, bro, I hated his guts for this, and this broke the camel's back of why I left. This was the real reason why I left. Bro, he insisted and sold Dixie on. We had to go up to some getaway upstate New York. Bro, I don't even know where we freaking were. We were at some old hotel, and it was me and Conway and him and freaking the other guy. Who's the other guy? Missy Hyatt's boyfriend over there.
Missy Hyatt?
Yeah, the guy he had to produce, Jason Hervey.
Right.
This big conference where we had to lay out shit for the next effing year. And I sat there and didn't say a word and was so pissed off and so seething because you're literally gonna waste my time with this shit, bro. None of this stuff is gonna happen. None of it is going to happen, and you're going to waste my time with this shit. And then you criticize me because when you ask me where are we going, I never gave you an answer of where it was going in 3 months because the ratings and the audience dictated to you where it was going. They told you where it was going, so you organically let it happen. That's when wrestling was successful. But this guy wanting to plot things out 6 months, a year, story arcs. Oh shit, bro. I couldn't stand him with that shit. What a massive waste of time, bro. Bro, I hope you enjoyed that clip. Please remember to ring the bell to get notified, subscribe, and share. And also remember, if you want more premium content, just go to russosbrand.com and patreon.com/Russo TWC. You will get 12 shows a week for under the price of $10. Russo's Brand, where pros are pros.